Close your eyes. Can you hear it? It's not a notification. It's the rhythmic click-clack of a plastic playing card clipped to a bike spoke. It's the smell of a garden hose on a hot driveway, that metallic, rubbery water that tasted like freedom. If you're Gen X, you are part of a disappearing tribe. You are the last humans on Earth to remember what the world felt like before the noise began. You are the children of the whatever era, raised in the silence of empty houses, with a house key hanging around your neck like a medal of valor. But that silence didn't just make you independent. It rewired your brain for a world that doesn't exist anymore. Today, we're looking at the psychology of the forgotten generation, and why your outdated skills are actually the world's last line of defense. While today's world is obsessed with safety, you were raised on benign neglect. You didn't have a tracking app. You had a deadline. Be home when the streetlights come on. Psychologically, this created something called internal locus of control. When you fell off your bike and saw a bone, there was no safety officer to call. You licked the dirt off your palm, got back on, and figured it out. You weren't neglected, you were trusted. That trust turned into a hyper-independence that makes you the most dangerous person in the room today. Why? Because while others wait for a tutorial, you're already under the hood, fixing the engine with a screwdriver and a piece of gum. You don't ask for permission to succeed. You just assume no one is coming to save you. You are the only generation that is psychologically bilingual. You spent your childhood in the physical world where boredom forced you to be creative, and maps were made of paper. You learned how to read a room before you learned how to read a screen. And then, just as you hit adulthood, the digital revolution hit. You didn't just watch it, you built it. You can troubleshoot a router and still navigate by the stars. You can spot a beautiful lie or a deep fake from a mile away because your BS detector was forged in an era of analog authenticity. To Gen Z, you're blunt. To boomers, you're detached. But the truth? You're just the only ones who know how to unplug the machine without panicking. But there's a cost to being the strong one. You are now the sandwich generation. You're managing the cognitive decline of your parents while navigating the mental health struggles of your children. You're the glue holding two crumbling eras together. Because you were raised to deal with it, you don't post your breakdowns on TikTok. You don't vent. You just clench your jaw and keep moving. But remember, the Latchkey kid who asked for nothing has become the adult everyone asks everything from. High functioning doesn't mean you aren't drowning. It just means you're a very good swimmer. The world might call you forgotten, but you are the keepers of the secret. You know that happiness doesn't live in a screen, and that character is built in the woods, not in a safe space. So if you remember the taste of that garden hose water, or the sound of a cassette tape being wound with a pencil, don't let that wisdom go quiet. The world needs your grit more than ever. What's the one thing from your analog childhood you wish you could give to the kids today? Tell us in the comments. We're Gen X, we're used to being ignored, but we're the ones who keep the lights on. Subscribe to the channel. Let's keep the signal alive.